Welcome back to the Fayetteville Farm Boys, Otter.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back. Yeah.
I think I said it last week. We survived another week.
We have survived another week. We got a couple of things on tap today. We're going to do a quick trot line run, and we're going to take our guest to a very historic place.
Very. I was absolutely amazed when you first told me this story.
Yeah, we're going to take them to a very historic place, and we had to get an early start today. And we're going to let Jeff, I'm going to take the camera in just a second. We're going to let Jeff tell everybody what's going on here in Central Alabama today. And hey, what buttons do you hit?
Subscribe, like, and share. And what do you do about that bell?
You hit that bell for notifications. So I'm going to get the camera. All right, Jeff, why did we have to move up our start time today?
Well, I mean, I don't really call it a cold run, I call it a cool run. It should be arriving about between 5 and 6 p.m. here. Just going to be thunderstorms, a cool front, and cool down. We're going to get some much needed rain, and so we had to be ahead of that. We don't want to get caught. We want to be at the house when that starts.
So the Torcon for our area is not bad at all, right?
Not bad, just thunderstorms and rain, a little wind.
And everything's going to be coming out
Out
of
of the west, northwest, basically west, a little northwest.
right. And right now it's fairly calm. But we've got a couple of hours of leeway, but we want to go ahead and get out here and get things done, didn't we?
Get it done.
Hey, we're fixing to go out and see what we got on the trot line, then we're going to take y'all on a quick road trip. Hey, and something else, guys, always remember to check out the Coosa River Farm Boys Facebook page. Jeffro gives an unbelievably accurate forecast each morning.
Every morning he is dead on the money every day. If you want to know what's going on in Central Alabama, you watch it. We want to thank y'all real quick. We're up to 2,100 friends on Facebook. So we're trying to happy anniversary and happy birthday everybody's. But with 2,100 friends, if we miss somebody, we're sorry.
Yeah, and Otter does a great job getting the birthday wishes out there. And hey, let's get out there.
We got some, tell them about the apparel line that we got.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's him.
We're very, very close to getting shirts and sweatshirts out for everybody to purchase. And we do have prototypes, and we got our families have got to order in. So we're going to see how that goes, and we'll be ready for y'all. So be saving up your nickels and dimes.
Hey, that's a wrap. We'll keep y'all posted. All right, we're here at the collard patch. We've got a frost on them already. Otter came out here and helped dig the holes and stuff for them. But Jeff, I'm gonna pick you some to take with you to put in the refrigerator at work, because I want to get a lot of them picked today and let the leaves come back. Because if I don't, this wind could break them off.
They look good, too.
And,
boy, they look good.
Yeah. Now, Otter, are you a collard eater?
Yeah, but
I like them better than
we just picked
turnip.
up some today.
All right.
To me, I mean, I like the flavor of them better than turnip.
Yeah. All right. Look how big those leaves are.
Wow.
Jeff, roll in me film.
Look.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Now, we'll surely be excited that you've got some collards.
You don't eat them. You don't eat the collards or the turnip.
Oh, she does?
You pick them. No, you got. You pick them. You like to pick them. You know, for everybody else.
Right.
But she's not a big.
Yeah, I just
Not a
wanted to
big
get some
green
leaves
eater,
off
too.
of them.
You know, and she's got low iron, so I wonder why.
Yeah, she needs some iron.
Yeah.
This
I always had low iron.
Jeffro, she's gonna see this.
I know. Mhm. Well, she was a little angry with me last night.
Yeah,
won't
'cause
be
it-
won't be the first or last time either. But well, we're supposed
And
to be
Jeff,
going
is
to the
that enough
football
for a
game.
mess for you? Is that enough for a mess?
But yeah,
All right.
yeah. But we didn't. It wasn't the fact that we didn't go. Thought the cottage carts would go quicker, and so after we got started, I texted her and said on my way. I wasn't on my way, and it took a lot longer.
He lied and said he was on his way,
Yeah,
and he wasn't.
I did.
All right, Otter, can I just ride with you over there?
Yes.
All right, we're at Fayetteville Methodist Church Cemetery, which the Methodist Church is just like the Baptist Church that we go to, dates back to pre-Civil War. Now, when this episode airs, it'll be the 1st of November. And November the 11th, we all know, is Veterans Day,
Right.
which was originally called Armistice Day, which was World War I, ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Okay, now we all have veterans in our family. Your dad was a veteran. Was your dad a veteran?
Not my dad, no.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. My dad was a veteran and used the GI Bill to go to college and be successful. But years ago, me and my brother-in-law we had the contract to cut this cemetery. And Otter, I stumbled onto this one day weed eating. Private Ernest Reno Smith. All right, killed, 1st Infantry, U.S., killed in action at Verdun. So I'm reading this, and I said, man, we've got a guy that died in World War I. But then I read the date, November the 11th, 1918. And that tells us, Jeff, that Mr. Smith was killed on the last day of the war. Now, Otter did some research. We can't definitively say he was the last American killed because about 3,000 guys died on that last day, but he died on the last day of the war, okay? And kind of the rest of the story, when I taught and still teach World War I, for years and years, as I taught it, I would say to my students, which at Chillersburg, and I taught all your kids, hey, there's a cemetery about 12 miles from the school. If you'll go down and take a picture standing by the headstone, I will give you bonus points. And the kids flocked. I'm sure most of yours came down here and took the picture of it.
Probably so.
So I ended up writing articles in the Daily Home for several years, and the first article I wrote was, he was a friend of mine. I never knew Ernest, but he really helped my students learn World War I. He really helped. And, you know, you think about it and visualize it. His body probably didn't get back to 6 weeks later. All right, the funeral was probably in late December. And Otter, if you can swing around that way, all right, obviously there was no concrete parking lot. But Jeff, don't you imagine that there was Model T Fords parked out here, horse and buggies parked out here on the day Ernest Reno Smith was put to rest, okay? All right, and you know, it had to just be terrible for the family, you know, knowing their child had been killed on the last day. The last day of the war. I mean, you know, people were back home celebrating, and that family was getting a telegram that Ernest had passed away, which is
25 years old.
Yeah, 25 years old, passed away on the last day of the war. And they may have been tractors coming by at that time, but maybe not that new. But, and I can give y'all just a little bit, being a history teacher, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier opened in 1921, putting the remains of a soldier killed in World War I that was never identified, okay? And then they put one from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Now the remains of the Vietnam veteran have been removed because through DNA, they were able to identify him. But the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier opened up November 11th, I think November 11th, 1921, and that's our tribute to all our veterans, fallen, and who still live, who survived. And don't y'all know that that tomb is guarded 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the changing of the guard. A lot of our viewers have probably been there. If you hadn't, you need to go there. Now, I've got just a little bit of research I'd like for y'all to do out there. One of the pallbearers at the tomb of the unknown soldier was a man named Charles Whittlesey. He led the Lost Battalion in the Argonne Forest the last 6 weeks of the war. All right, his men fought bravely and held off attack after attack after attack. And there's a movie called The Lost Battalion. And he won the Congressional Medal of Honor, and Charles Whittlesey got to be a pallbearer at the opening of the tomb of the unknown soldier. Now, your research is this: just a few weeks, maybe a few days after he did that, something happened to Charles. And let's just say this: Charles didn't die in the war, but the war killed him. So I want y'all to research Charles Whittlesey. And I want everybody, we want everybody to thank our veterans this Veterans Day. And hey, most of our World War II veterans are gone. Most of our Korean veterans are gone. If you can find a Vietnam veteran to tell you how much you appreciate it, because those guys are getting old. They're in their 70s now. So if you can find, or any veteran, but our oldest veterans right now would be a handful of Korean War veterans and some Vietnam veterans. And say, you know, tell them how much you care about them and appreciate them.
Definitely.
Hey, this has been a great day. We ran the trot line. We came over here. We paid respect to Ernest Reno Smith, killed on the last day of the war, giving up his life for the service of our country. And don't just treat Veterans Day like a play day this year. Let's thank veterans throughout the month of November. Jeff, Otter, it's been a good day, hasn't it?
Been a good day.
Been a good day.
We ran a trot line, we picked some collars, and we paid tribute.
Paid tribute to
Ernest Reno Smith. So that'll wrap it up. I sure want y'all to hit that share, like, subscribe. What's the order?
Subscribe, like, and share.
All right.
And then a notification bell.
Notification bell. Hey, and do your research on Charles Whittlesey and let us know what happened to Charles. That's a wrap.